Hello, Kalukale. How are we doing today? Today we're going to be working on Arknights, Alterna Congeria. Yeah, we're going to be working on that. It's really fucking hot in my room for some reason. No, it's really cold outside. Truly, I live in hell. A fan, it's been a while since I turned that on. But we did some work. Well, I did some work, not you all. So, effectively, what I ended up doing last time is I finished the races. It was just kind of a pain in the ass, but that's what we did. Effectively, the entire premise is that we've got our races. You select one of these. As you see, there's quite a few different ones. There's a lot of different races. And then we have the Sarkaz clans, which are a little bit more exotic, to say the least. We got some ones that aren't really The thing is, Elves and Faramut should not be played unless you know what the fuck you're getting into. Because both of them are weird. But not good weird. I mean, things are fucky-wucky weird. So, you know, kind of dealing with that is kind of the compromise. Like, these are optional. Don't let people take them if you don't want to deal with them. We've got our family. We've got our national families. These are a little bit more specific to the particular idea of saying, hey, saying I'm an Emir's from an Emir family, you're one of the ruling families inside of Sargon. A little different than, say, an aristocrat. They're effectively the same thing. But one's from Siesta, and, you know, actually, no, that'd be Sargon. One's from Sargon, and the other one is not. Others of them are like Kazdel, like you're one of the people who supported King Teresa, or you're from a warrior lodge from Sami. A couple of them are a little bit more detailed than others. Others of them are less detailed than others. It kind of depends on the situation. Really want to be, actually, there we go. So, then we have our education. Pretty much how were you educated? How were you actually, what was going on? I was a child soldier. You learned how to fire a crossbow before you learned how to write. You had an actual formal education. You were just a prodigy. Career, what were you doing between things? Sometimes it's a little bit more detailed, like, hey, you were just a merc. Or alternatively, it's like, hey, you were just a vagabond drifting from place 1 to place 2. There we go. So yeah, that's kind of the basic idea. Then why were you recruited into... Why and how were you recruited into Rhodes Island? Some of them are a little bit easier to understand. Hey, you just have a contract. You signed a contract and you are here now. Hey, you were a private mercenary. You are part of a PMC and you were drafted into it. Hey, you've already been working here for a while. You are just a meat shield. A couple other options. What's your ambition? What do you want to do? And then, are you infected with Ripathy? If the answer is yes, you get a 1+1 skill of your choice and a Ripathy card. If you're not infected with Ripathy, you get nothing. That's it. Now, as you kind of see here, we also get to choose our final signature skill of something that is you. You add this to your deck and shuffle it into the skill deck. Here's our two examples. We have Teresa and Eobold. Both of them are a little bit different from one another. As you can kind of see here, Teresa's pretty well-rounded, all things considered. 4 force, 4 valor, 3 insight, 1 expertise. Generally speaking, she's going to try to solve conflicts with, by talking it out or punching you in the face. On the other hand, Eobold has 0 valor. He has 0 way to talk to people. He is not good at that, but he's very insightful and very good at expertise and not that strong. That is how Eobold is choosing to deal with problems. This is how I deal with society. But that's really it. So her deck would be 1 expertise card, 4 Force card, 3 Insight cards, 4 Valor cards, a Chivalrous Knight card, and that's it. On the other hand, Eobold would have 5 Expertise, 2 Force, 6 Insight, Doctor of the Sanguine Arts card, and a Neuropathy card. His deck is a little thicker than hers, but he also has the Critical Ultra Failure card in his deck, which is really, really bad. So, today we're going to be worrying about classes, because Arknights has a class system. Now you may be wondering, Notepad, what do you mean by a class system? Well, that's not the right one. Where the fuck are you? Class. Your class is kind of dependent on what you're doing as well as your abilities, if that makes sense. Generally speaking, these are going to be your baseline stats for things. You kind of see here, average HP, average attack, low defense, average resistance, high deployment, but you deal arts damage, which is pretty valuable. A defender, on the other hand, is melee. They can block 2 to 3 enemies, have really high HP, don't really have great attack, but high defense, a little bit of resistance, and they attack pretty regularly. Then you get things like vanguards, whose entire idea is beating the shit out of you as fast as physically possible. Or trying to, say, do some wacky power bullshit. Or support, and things like that. We need to give everyone a class. How to see here, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classes. Yay, 8 classes. Now, these are going to inform our basic combat attributes. This is the big thing. We've got our combat attributes. Now, these are going to be used almost exclusively in combat and very little else. Why is this the case? Because we have to. Effectively, because everything has perfect math behind it, because it's effectively a card game. Come on, Mira, I believe in you. There we go. So, all this shit is done. We don't gotta worry about it anymore. We really need to worry about this section now. The basic premise works. This is the most important thing out there. The basic idea is functional. And this over here should work. It's just making sure everything works properly at this point. Like, that's the... Like, that's kind of the current situation, if you could say. Let me bring up... Let me bring up the document that we've been working on. Okay, so this is the document. These are going to be our base combat attributes right here. Not going to be perfect, but they should work for what we're doing. You know, this should function for what we have so far. At the end of the day, every class is going to get 8. It's going to have power, agility, arts, and willpower. These are going to correspond to our different things in kind of indirect way. Obviously, force, expertise, insight, valor. It's correlation, necessarily. It doesn't mean, oh, I've got 5 force, that means I've got 5 power. Not quite. It just means your force is 5, your power might be something different. But there's a little bit of leeway there. Like, okay, hey, I've got really high force, I may want to take something with high power. So, this is where things start getting wonky. We need to take these and assign them to the various operator classes. Make sure that this all works. So, let's get to it. So, Being drafted into the places in well, let's see. Being drafted into the Rhode Island Security Division places immense responsibility on the shoulders of the officially they are part of the armed wing of Rhode Island and officially they are part of the armed wing of Rhode Island and will be presenting them, you know, representing them in the field. But no, representing them in the field, they will also be also find themselves they'll also find themselves embroiled in battles against want them dead. You know, pretty much people want to kill you. Each operator is assigned a class, an indication of their combat abilities, and combat role. Each class, different number of combat each class has a number of combat attributes. Each class has a number of combat attributes which indicate which are whether they can take a few extra hits or let's see, in the battlefield, whether they can take a few extra hits, being faster on the ground. Let's see, being faster on the ground or using their arts even more effective. Yeah, even more effectively. When choosing a class, the operator will have a default. Let's write in the combat attributes of write in the combat attributes of that class, as well as increase them by whatever their racial attribute. Okay, so we need to now determine what our actual combat attributes are. First things first, this is heading 2. We're going to talk about combat attributes. For combat combat attributes and derived attributes. Okay, so there are 4 combat. Let's see. There are 4 combat attributes which form the Mm. 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 In addition to any of their racial, let's go. We do that. Then we do two. Agility, arts, power. Oh my god, it's Powie, everybody. Our favorite Chainsaw Man character who's never ever coming back. Oopsie doopsie. What was that title supposed to mean again? Alternate. It's either alternate group, or alternate situation, effectively, or alternate catastrophe. That's the entire idea for it. It's effectively just an alternate group of people. That's all you really need to think about it. Because there's really no naming convention in Arknights. Things are just named certain ways. Okay. Let's see. Push the problems they are faced with. So there we go. Let's see. Each one of these playing a one of these playing a part of their performance in the field. We do that, and then we say notebook. Here's my notebook. So so we need to do how do I want to do that? Because generally speaking, if we want to really put everything in here correctly, what we have is arts defense, we have physical defense, we have mental defense. This is just raw DR. Easy enough to understand. Then, what's here? Nope, that's not it. Where's my notes on this? We have to talk about movement speed. We're going to be talking about movement speed. Then we'll talk. Okay, so I guess we can make this. We do like a table like this. Defense is our willpower. We don't have a lot of space, but we can do that. Speed ended up being I'm being pinged. Who's pinging me? My friend's pinging me. That's weird. Notebook. Yeah, they make Roblox videos. Don't you all know that that's my secret side hustle? How do you think I afford all these things? You think TTRPGs pay the bills? No, it's Roblox content 24/9. Making bank. You may not like it, but this is what we do to pay the bills around here. Go. We can do that. Honestly, making Roblox video would probably make me more bank these days. Let's see. Okay, we've got hit points. Do we have anything else to really worry about? Not really. I guess status resistance. No. Anyway, there we go. Let's see. Ooh. Never put that note there, did I? Okay. That we understand how classes function. What if I do? If I do that, can we fit everything on here? Yeah. And bingo, bango, bongo, I don't want to leave the Congo. Na na na. Go, number of spaces. Works. Okay. So, we've determined our combat attributes, and now we have to do our class summary. Class summary. So, each class is, let's start with cast. So we have caster, defender, guard, medic, sniper, specialist, supporter, and a vanguard. These are our basic classes. So, what do we really want to do when we talk about a caster? So, insert table 1, name of the class. Okay, easy enough to understand. We want the name of the class. 2, we want a description of the class. Okay, below that. Okay, name, class, description of the class. We need the 4 attributes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. We got our 4 attributes. We've got that. Then we need... So if we do something like this, so... Bear with me. We merge you together. We merge you together. Then we would say agility. Arts, power, willpower. Oop. Then we would need to put down health. We put down health. We would need to put down actually no. We merge this together. We determine our health here. And then we do it with okay, so let's just do a basic example. We want to make a caster. 14. Put you here. Go. So, basic thing here. We look at here. What's their basic stats? Okay, cool. Alright, so we know for a fact that 1, agility is not high. They do not have a very high agility. Let's say, for example, we have 5 points. Let's say we have 5. Okay, actually, let's say we have 6. 6 is a nice number. Let's say 1, 4, 1, 4, 2. They have 0 power. That's all. They do not have a lot of power. Their health is... We look here. Look at my numbers here. They have 8. 8 plus... 8 plus power plus willpower divided by 4. They're never going to have a lot of health. They don't need to have a lot of health. They have a casting unit. Medium, they can have up to light armor. Casting unit, light armor. And actually, double check. Core casters, splash casters, blast casters, chain casters. And then this would be supporter, would be the... No, it would be the medic. Medics would be... Okay. This is their gimmick. This game has casters? Yes. ET logo saves them. Yeah, technically we have casters. Casters are people who have a casting unit. To give you an idea, what a kind of let me bring up a caster class. We'll use where's a good example one? Trying to find like a. We'll use her. That's a terrible idea. No, just give me a basic like. Give me a basic girl. You. Congratulations. So, this child here, that is a casting unit. Inside a casting unit is literally a block of originium, the magic cancer rock. Magic cancer rock gives you as pretty much just stored energy. You use a casting unit and you can say, okay, I'm gonna blast you. Ka-ching, and you go blast. If you know what you're doing with originium arts, you can start developing it further. You start learning more about it, and you can start manipulating it to do exactly what you want it to do. It's like anyone can, in theory, use magic in this setting. Anyone. You just have to touch the cancer rock, which is not ideal for touching the cancer rock. That's always the situation there. Most medics are literally people with a casting unit designed to keep you alive. It literally just stitches your wounds as you're bleeding out. Hey, wouldn't that give me magic rock cancer? No, they're using the energy, not the rock. I cast super cancer. No. So we do this, casting unit, light armor. So we don't really need to worry about, then we have to worry about, actually, no, it's, okay, actually, column below. we missing? I feel like we're missing something. What are we missing? Yeah, it's literally, yeah, it's nuclear magic. Oh god, what are we missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Beagle! Beagle, save me! Defense, block count, attack intervals, well, weapon. Because kind of the idea, like, the idea behind, like, saying, like, what's your gear? Gear is effectively going to be a floating amount of stuff the character can have on them. The lower number of gear is saying, hey, you just can't say, I have a crowbar on me. You burn one piece of gear and then you can do that. Casters have a lot of stuff on them by default, therefore they are not expected to carry much gear on them. That is how that works. So it's like, where should we do this? What goes here? I mean, I guess we can do this. Ooh, that looks bad. I feel like I'm missing something. I'm nuclear. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Yes, we can do. We do that. Trying to fit everything inside of this just to make it as already a little bit vertical for my taste. Because yeah, you would just select one of the casting units and then we can have up to light armor. Light armor isn't great, so this should work. Not perfect, but it should work. Okay, so next class would be a defender. Predatori. Predatori. Hello, Manly. So if we're doing this, or something far less sophisticated to hold back the tide. Use this, you would have 16 plus power plus willpower. That's all you have. Now again, we've got 6, 7. Yeah, we got 7 points. Dog shit. There we go. They are not very fast. Defenders are not moving. If any play's going fast, they need to kind of get up there. They have a little bit more gear. They have a, like, what does Beagle really have? She has a sword. Let's see. Let's just select some random. Let's select some random defenders and let's see what their gimmick is. Croissant. What do you have? Croissant has a shield and a hammer. Dummy has a hammer. More accurately, a frying pan. You have a fucking shield and sword. Cement has a shield and a drill. So you have a... You can go to heavy armor. Heavy armor is going to effectively limit the amount of speed you have. It's as you can kind of see here when it comes to speed, 2 plus agility minus armor. Literally, they have a default speed of 2, and they're going to have a, if they wear heavy armor, they're effectively not going anywhere. They are very freaking slow. Actually, we can even do something like this, just to be able to let them actually move more than one space. Actually, no, fuck it. They don't need to. They can put that point in there if they want. Manly's picking a lane. Oh, speaking of lollies and gacha, did you see the Blue Archive third-person shooter fan game that entered recently 1.0? I did not see that. Actually, I think I might have seen it, but I didn't see too much on it. I know it exists, if that makes sense. And to guard, if we look at guards, just select some random guards to get a good idea. Franca. Frostly. So you all have, you're all actual, like, people with real weapons. You are people with weapons, except Doc, apparently. Doc is just a person with a gun. You're just a dumbass who could turn into a cat. What's your gimmick? So yeah. So actually, how would you describe a gun? I just linked the video announcement. Words for speaking. Oh no. Oh, this game. I know this game. This is the one where they use literally like division combat. They use like the combat method of the division. play this. We'll play this later when we get done with this. We'll play it later. See. Hey, fan games always look a tad janky. That's the nature of the beast. Oh God, how do you even describe guards? So, again, we got 7 points to distribute. We're going to give them 2 agility, 3 power, 2... Actually, we're going to give them something like this. They get a very average spread. Guards are not perfect. They're not going to be the thing that is going to save you in the end of the day. But a guard is also going to be the thing that's going to be able to do a little bit of everything. We're going to give them that. We're going to give them a block of 2. And they can use... Oh. You monster. Missed opportunity to make suzerain manly. Bang! Bang, bang, bang for the smack devil trap. Okay, so they've got a lot of gear on them. They're very adaptable. They can block a little bit. They have hand weapon. They can wear medium armor, up to medium armor. That's the guards gimmick. Guards are a little bit reliable and everything. Guards pop off. The best way to think about it is that a guard is going to pop off later on because they can go down a lot of different ways of doing things. I want to play a fighter guard. What is a fighter guard? I act a little bit slower. I hit you a little bit not as quick, but I don't need to hit you as quick because I'm usually going to be doing something else. Might be playing Jackie, who's just punching the shit out of you. Hey, alternatively, I want to be a Lord Guard. You know, hey, I have a ranged attack now. My weapon does a little bit extra damage, get a little bit of extra range. Hey, everyone, I want to be a normal guard and just beat the shit out of you. That's my god. I want to be a dreadnought. That's going to be their gimmick. Medico. They are going to have shitty health like casters. They're not going to have as good health. Now, if we look at the caster here, as you kind of see here, casters get a little bit of everything. They're going to trade out their agility. They're going to trade out their agility for an additional willpower, but yeah, they're going to trade out their agility for willpower. Because at the end of the day, they're going to get that. They can going to be able to block 1, which is to say, Actually, no, casters can't block anyone. Medics cannot block anyone. They get a casting unit. They get a casting unit and up to light armor. It's all a medic has effectively is bonus things, and actually I should say a medico casting unit. Here we go. As you kind of see, they get a little bit more little bit more extensive things. Sniper. I want to play a sniper. They have, if I consult my thing, 12. 7. They're going to have 3, 0, 0, 3. What's your thing? You have no resistance, low defense. You're going to have 2, 1. There we go. You're not perfect. Why do you have arts abilities? Arts usually is due to the fact that you have stuff on you. 0 block, you have a ranged weapon. You have a ranged weapon and up to medium armor. Not saying you have to wear medium armor, just that you can wear medium armor. Rush on Russian note coin will revive man, at least someone picks it up. Also, some harsh criticism of the selection of gacha waifus that Notepad has. Every game will cater different, so it'll be critically valuable for that particular game. It's the thing with Arknights is like they have a lot of different casters, and we already have to deal with some things that are a little bit messy, to say the least. There's effectively going to be an entire like race of people whose job it is to effectively be a sniper. Welcome to being Sancta, everybody. Hey, what's your gimmick as being Sancta? You know, I have a gun. What's your superpower? The fucking handgun. So it's like, okay. It's like, okay, we see, so you can redeploy pretty quickly. You don't really have any power, so you're effectively without a lot of power. Their main problem is that they don't have a lot of staying power. If they do end up starting getting, when a sniper comes under fire, they aren't going to survive too long. So they end up having to take heavier armor to kind of compensate that. But if they take heavier armor, they're also losing one of the main advantages they have. It's kind of the back and forth. Like, you're not in a good position if you're starting to having to take armor. Specialists. Assistance or support. Would end up with a way specialisto. So you're going to have 2, 3, 1, 1. Mostly things there. Ranged weapon. Because, like, the thing with the specialists are all gimmick-based, if that makes sense. They're gimmicks. Like, this guy, Jay. What is Jay's gimmick? Well, Jay steals your money, but he also gives you things. You know, he gives you shell splitter, he gives you sashimi chat, you know. He gives you bonuses. We probably won't put in things like merchant specialists because they don't really need to work that way. But yeah, you get things like we use exclusively traps. Hey, you were a summoner. Hey, we have, you know, to your buff friendly generates HP over time. We get a bunch of bonuses. We are effectively a bunch of gimmicks. So it's like, okay. So I'm trying to think of like what weapon. Like they use, it's a class effectively designed around having multiple different kinds of gear. Hmm. Trying to think what the optimal outcome here is. How do I want to do this? Okay, you know what I'm going to put a note for myself here. I'm going to put a big note, write specialists later. Because what I'm probably going to have to do is, like, the idea of a specialist is that they are purely adaptable. They're going to be built around their gimmick, effectively. What's your gimmick? Hey, because you are playing this kind of character, X, Y, and Z, we might even like just say, hey, here are you get a subclass at level 1, but on the other hand, you're stuck into that subclass, you know, a little bit easier, if that makes sense. Like, ack. Hey, Ack, what do you do? Oh, you die. You have cancer. So what's your gimmick? What's your superpower, Ack? Your superpower is cancer. Let's see. So trying to think of like the best way of doing this. Geeks are buffers that can team kill. Supporters apply status effects at the cost of raw damage. That's why I'm like, okay, if we want to do this, yeah. Burden, we're going to trade out your health. Don't have a lot of health. Going to do this. Supporters do not necessarily have. Supporters don't necessarily have a casting unit either. Like bards, you know, you don't have a. Do you have a? No, you don't have your you don't have a casting. Do you? I mean, have a. You don't have a casting unit. Do you? You have a casting unit. Yeah, okay, you have to have a casting unit because you do arts damage. Oh, fuck. Summoner? You have a casting unit. All of you have casting unit. All of you have casting unit. So I'm assuming they all have to have casting unit. Yeah, they have casting units. I see, okay. There we go. You're not going to be moving around too much. You're going to be having higher willpower. We can do this actually. Your gimmick is you're gonna have a lesson. You're gonna have some decent gear to kind of bring along because you're a support. But you have a casting. There we go. Like, I'm gonna debate on specialists. Like, actually, ranged units have one block. They do? I guess they do. It's 0 block. I could have swore I saw someone with 0 block. Huh. Yeah, alright, that makes sense. Yeah, unironically, I thought one of them, why are you? I thought one of them had 0 block. Huh. I must have read that wrong. Like, the thing with specialists, like, I'm going to keep them here as a note for right now. I can see what I want to do with them. I can see it in my head. I know what the thing is. It's just doing that thing, which is the problem. Vanguard. Vanguards are all about aggro and aggro. Okay. They generate deployment points. So they're going to be your kind of all-arounder. If we look at Scavenger, so she's a melee person. Let me guess, they're all melee, pretty much. Yeah, so you're kind of our... Your range, though. Okay, your range. Range, unlike other Vanguards. Okay, so that's your gimmick as being a tactician, is that your range. You don't understand. You don't understand, officer. I have a kite. What's up? Flame tail. So yeah, you're all melee. Yeah, okay. So they're melee. Mm. 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 Oh, we do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there we go. 7, we bring you, gives you 4. You're going to be able to, your average block, 1 or 2. I say we let you do block 1, but we trade out 1 of your willpower for an addition. You're going to be able to move. Your entire gimmick is that you're going to be able to move a lot faster. You're effectively our Dex fighters. That is what the Vanguard's gimmick is supposed to be, and we will do, but you're going to be able to have hand or two-handed weapons, and up to medium armor only. There we go. There we go. There's all our classes. Mating first. But yeah, no, okay. This should be a good way of seeing each of the classes. So let's do okay, pulling the second half together. Your bull. Let's see now. Both of them have to select their class. I fully embrace, yeah, fully. Both of them got to embrace their role. So if we're going to, so if we look over here, as Teresa is going to be a defender, she is going to have 16 plus power plus willpower. I gotta double check, make sure she has that. She's going to have agility. And then Eobold is going to be a medic. Eobold, a medic with agility 0, arts 4, power 0, power 3, and 8 plus power plus willpower divided by 4. Cuckoo choo choo. There we go. So I just need to do some double checking. And that double checking is going to be me going here, me hitting this, and me hitting this with wine. +1 agility, +1 power. Done. Done. There we go. +1 agility, +1 power. So she has in total, let's see, 9. She has 25 out of 25 HP. While Eobold here, the vampire, vampire, agility and power. He's a little bit faster, he has a total of 9 HP. Yep, Eobold is not quite as tough. That's kind of the point, because he's a fucking medic. So we do Arts Resistance, which is going to be Arts plus Willpower. Arts plus Willpower, so she has... she has an Arts Resistance of 4. Not really that adept at doing things. She is going to be with Physical Defense. Physical Defense, let's say she's going to have 6, because she's going to be wearing heavy armor. And then Mental Resilience. Mental Resilience is 4. And then she has a speed of 2 plus agility, so 3 minus armor, which is going to be 1. Yeah, Teresa does not move very fast in her full gear. That's kind of the point. Hey, Teresa, we need to go somewhere fast. No. Arts plus Willpower, 7. Physical Defense, he has 0. Because he doesn't wear fucking armor. He only has 3 Mental Resilience, because he doesn't have very good willpower. Actually, I forgot to apply my plug. Let's do that. Do Chia. So Arch Resistance. So he would have 8. So he doesn't wear any armor. Power divided by 3 actually. So that would be, he has a physical defense of 7. Because she is really fucking tanky, and that's her entire fucking job. Mental Resilience, speed 2 plus agility. You would about 4 if I'm doing it correctly. Okay. There we go. This is what the 2 would look like. Eobold is a full-on medic. Teresa wants to get into the actual fight. Teresa is effectively swinging a sword and doing her best in the line and going to probably get overwhelmed very quickly. Eobold wants to stick back and keep her alive. Those are the 2 goals. Man, Eobold has no HP, you say. Yeah, because he's a fucking medic. He shouldn't be getting hit at all. But he's very good against resisting magic. So that should be roughly what we're looking for. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. We've got all our classes. Like, the idea for specialists. Playing a specialist is effectively saying, I want to do my own thing. This is how I'm going to do it. Those are all very unique with one another. Let's see. Who next have to go is who? Okay, so yeah, so once they have been there are 3 kinds of equipment in the Rhodes Island Armory: weapons, armor, and gear. Weapons, armor, and gear. Let's see. 3 kinds of equipment in Rhodes Island Armory. So we do heading 4, which we select weapons. Okay, so weapons are a variety of weapons, as the name suggests, are tools of war and peace. Each of the classes are designated. Each of the classes are attuned to kinds of weapons and ability. Let's see. Each of the classes are attuned to different kinds of weapons. These classes are attuned to different kinds of weapons they are able to use, and so each weapon has a range profile, hit damage, and speed rating. Range profile. The range profile covers the number of spaces the weapon may be fired from. Let's see. Number of spaces the weapon may be used with. To strike, to deliver a hit. Range profile covers the number of spaces the weapon may be used to hit. If a they may not target that enemy with that weapon. They may not target that enemy with that weapon. Instead, See that. Hit damage indicates the amount of damage a hit will deal to an enemy struck by the weapon. Struck by the weapon. The total damage a hit will deal to an enemy struck by the weapon. Let's see. The hit damage indicates the amount of damage a hit will deal an enemy when struck by the weapon. With speed ratings, the number of hits may be distributed to any target within the range profile with an attack action. So that's hello phone. Okay, this is hello phone. What do you want to say? Go. Company Sargon. You meet me on the company Sargon, man, or the recent prologue quest out of the funny farming game? They made both. Let's see. So we want to do light bow. Weapon type is if we do range. Now here comes a really fun and exciting situation in which we have to effectively get this in here to be as best as we can. Okay. I'm gonna try something here. If we reduce Barlow, make you Barlow 5. Bring one to the right. We put what do we put you at 8? What if we put this at 8? We deploy there. We do 1. Oh, no. Can we make this square? We make this more square-like. Okay. We remove all cell padding. We put you down to 0.1, 0.2, row, 0.2. Now we have 0 cell padding anywhere. Okay. We can increase the size of this to 12. We do this, not that. Definitely not whatever the fuck I just clicked there. Actually, if we do this, yeah. Okay. So, light bow, range, hit damage. Hit damage does 5. There we go. +1 to aerial, 5 physical, speed rating 2. Actually, we can do that as quick 3. Okay. You get that. Heavy crossbow. Range. We select all of you. As we select all of you, we hit none. I say we hit none. Because they only have 3 up, 2 up. 6 physical damage. They deal 6 physical damage. +3. Adjacent targets. 2. This is average. Okay, now we get something a little bit more unfortunate for me. Alright, I can do this. This is fine. Okay. Alright. Easy peasy. This is easy, right? This is easy. This is easy stuff. Okay, so we need to increase the row above. Yeah, we know it goes 2 over, 3 up. So we know all of this. All of this. All of this. And we do directly 4 ahead of us. There we go. Slow. Oh, Jesus. Hello. Actually, if we want to be... Four up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Seven's physical. So okay, so we know you. You're good. You're good. You're good. So it's like this. You have a range there. None of chunk. I want to shoot you with a gun. You there we go. Actually, we reduce the damage down a little bit. We reduce the damage down a little bit because it's the idea that you can potentially do a shit ton of damage with it. And that's it's the skill cannon that you're doing 14 damage with it. There's a potential that you can do 2 attacks. You go ka-ching, ka-ching, and then you blow someone up. Okay. Mm. Let's be possesses. So what we can do is aerial 1, so we don't have to worry about this anymore. Armor 2, then we put you here, here, then we do splash 1, because what we can do later on is if you want to have a special thing, you set up armor piercing 2. If we want to improve our weapon later on, we can add a new tag, such as increasing the armor pierce value, such as doing something like that. But then we do point blank +2. All targets, so that I can also limit the amount of space we're spending exclusively on that. So we know the hit damage is going to work. Okay. Inserting a table into a table. 1999 at least has a neat aesthetic. Weird hollow void design and got me old fast. Let's see. People say the count on Steve's cozy fantasy. Plays human chosen by God, female, to deliver judgment in the brainwash world by killing countless simply lays in Akira. Incurables. You're the final solution. By the way, Notepad, are you your own notification alarm? Yes. Technically, if you want to be really specific, I do literally shout ding ding as my notification. Can I shoot laser beams from my eye? Not laser beams. That's a very different thing. Laser beams are not as... I don't think those would be as valid. I don't think those would be as valid in the grand scheme of things. I don't know about you all, however. Call me a psychic. However, I don't think those are going to be as useful. Ooh. Actually, no, you don't have that. You're just fucking quick. That's all we need to do. We just have a speed rate. We have a weapon you have the speed rating of 3. You go fling, fling, fling. You fling your sword around a lot. It's really easy. Actually, if you want to. See, here's the thing as well. I still don't understand, fun fact, I still don't understand Soulframe. I know you guys were talking about that, or like in Warframe 1999. What the fuck is Warframe 1999? I don't get it. What? Huh? Nani? What is that? I don't get it. Son of one of you, explain. Actually, no. We're not. You're not a hand weapon. One. What other light weapon? Time travel. The void is the god. We want to eat the guy. The guy went back in time to run away from it. You want the longest difference by 1 or 2 cents. That's TLD. Void found the guy in the past. Now you, yes, you have to travel back in time to do something. They haven't really explained what it is yet. It's only barely connected by themes to Warframe. It's a whole new setting. Oh, I thought Soulframe was just going to be like, oh, it's the past or something. I was like, oh, okay. That makes sense. Yes, of course. Not operators. Let's think. What are we working with here? Class. Guard. Let's just click on a couple random people. Lemon Shine, what do you have? You have a big sword. What do you have? You have a rapier. You have a fucking cannon. Spot has a The baton doesn't do a lot of damage, just lets you bash people you don't like. There we go. Are we missing any other hand weapon? Like actual hand weapon. And let's see, or what kind of weapons are we looking for here, hand weapon wise? Murdoch, what do you use? Murdoch uses a hammer. Okay. What do you use, Gummy? Gummy uses a frying pan. I guess we add in let's see. Okay, Gummy uses effectively would be a baton. You use a tuba. Of course you use a tuba. You use just your shield, so we don't need to worry about shields yet. Croissant, don't need to worry about that. Let's go to guards. Guard. Mouse, what do you use, Mouse? You use a weapon, right? What's your weapon? I think you scratch people. No, she uses claws. Actually, we can do, This is effectively like a hand weapon. The idea of the hand weapon is like you just have it in one hand as shield. That's kind of the idea of like some classes like the like a Vanguard has the option of just taking a hand weapon, or they can take a two-handed weapon. You know, but on the other hand, a defender can only take a hand weapon. I'm thinking of like, what would a defender be using if they want to protect someone? Like that's what I'm trying to think of, like what defender weapons are there, rather than just a giant two-handed hammer. It's a Jessica uses a gun. I forgot. Jessica has the power of a fucking firearm. I think we kind of have everything. It's not perfect, but we have everything, I think. Noir. I'm trying to think, like, there should be another weapon, but I don't know what to... An axe or a gauntlet. Okay, that's a good one. Axes. They usually just shield bash Lamau. Yeah, it's kind of like... Yeah, that's your... Effectively, as a defender, you have the option of saying, I have a sword and a shield to bash you over the head and stab you to death. I also have, you know, like, I could just do something else. In case you want to play something... Yeah. You want to play a guard with, like, crazy claws or something. We already have a hammer, technically. We have the baton's kind of the hammer. An axe. What would the claws give? Actually, what we can do, why don't we do this and we make this quick instead. We make you quick, we make you lightning 4. With the idea of claws don't deal a lot of damage. On the other hand, you get to strike 4 times. You go ching 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 really fucking fast and rip people apart, but you don't do a lot of damage at all. That's something you got to deal with. There we go. Axe is going to do armor pierce 2. Probably the most reliable weapon the most reliable weapon is the light sword. That's the entire thing. That is your go-to weapon. I want to be reliable. That is 15 damage. You have a good range. You got a good range around thing yourself. That rapier does a lot of damage. You can do 18 damage with a rapier. You go ka-ching, and you pierce through all their armor. It's really good. However, it's only whatever in front of you. You're getting flanked around. That's not going to go well for you, and you have to reposition. Rapier's your skill cannon. Baton is pretty useful with the idea of stun, which is going to be you hit a target, they get stunned, they are, it's stunned for a bit. It's like, I'll just put stun here. Yeah, bash them once, yes, stun them for a second, they stop moving, and that's very useful for you to say, okay, I'm not going to get attacked by this, this minion this next turn. You kind of want to spread your damage around a little bit. And that's your as baton. Axe goes ka-ching, I'm gonna chop your face off. So. Two-hand weapons. You anymore? That's a penis. Say 6 damage. It's not perfect. It's pretty slow, but it's got altering. Anything, if you get him at a choke point, you can say every one of the 2 tiles, in front of me are gonna go. I got speaker, got chainsaw, I'm gonna cut some people up. That's your goal. And physical. There we go. Same idea. And there we go. target. Great swords. All target. So, big fucking weapons. I'm thinking I want a big fucking weapon. I want to use the big weapon to go ka-ching. I want to beat you up. Fists. What do you do? Cutter, what's your thing? You just got a big fucking sword. What do you have? You've got a big fucking sword. Alright, what do you have? You've got a average sized sword. You've got a big fucking hammer. Scythe. Okay, actually we can do ton of damage, but just blocks off a huge chunk of area. Chainsaw. Yes, there's a character with an actual chainsaw in this game. Absolute fucking edgelord. Yeah, here's Guts Berserk. Yeah, do you like playing Guts Berserk? Yeah, this is your man right here. Sports, what do you use? You use a big sword. Not a very effective weapon, you just gotta look at range on. There we go. Not perfect, should work. So. You got a casting unit. So, casting unit. Going to make you all 4. First things first, we want to do a healing wand. Going to say a medico. Hit damage is 5. 5 health, restored to an ally. You go by 4. So we select you. Yeah, friendly things can only heal your friends. Scepter is also a medico weapon. put you here. We put you here. One around. Pop and delete that row like that. So 3 health. Try target. Friendly. It would be. We'll do average as well. This is all medico equipment. That's kind of the point. Medico equipment a little bit. Effectively, only medics can use, like, medics can use medico equipment. Casters can use theoretically anything, but they don't really want to use anything outside of actually being able to hurt their enemies. Because why in the hell would you not want that? That. Okay, so we use quick. That's the rapid fire casting unit. You do 4 arts damage 3 times. Pretty useful. Do we do 1? We do 3. You do 5. You do 6 arts damage. Put down a skill card. You put down a skill card, you get to do 2+2 arts damage that round. It's effectively me saying, fuck you, I can do whatever the hell I want. Oh. Up slow. 1. Oh. Let's think of other wands. I want other possible wands. Yeah, some are like actual wands. Others of them look a little bit less. Others of them look a little less overt, if that makes sense. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. It's the Ursine wand. Yeah, you know, the entire wand about just beating someone over the head with it. Just does 10 arts damage. Should you be using the Ursine wand? No, it's a terrible weapon. You should be actually waiting until you get your, kind of get your class a little bit, figure out what you want to do, and say, oh, hey, I want to be a phalanx caster, because if I'm a phalanx caster, guess what? I could get a bunch of defensive options if I want, because ta-da, that is something I can do. Speaking of wands that look wacky, you've seen Tactical Breach Wizards. I did see Tactical Breach Wizards. I was amazed that game came out. Completely unironically. I was flummoxed that game came out. I didn't think it was going to. For a little while there, I did not believe that game was ever going to come out. It was so fucking long. Like, I was like, okay. I'm like, I kind of just, I wrote it off a little bit. I'm like, yeah, this is never going to come out. Like, it's Jover Kings. Let's see what we want to do. But I'm actually happy it finally came out. I was very pleasantly surprised. There we go. I'm gonna play it on stream. I might play it on stream. Seems like fun. I mean, it's one of those things where I do enjoy games like that actually, so I might pick it up just because it's been on my list for a while. However, for those who are in the Merchants Guild or know about the Merchants Guild, a very special person has been playing it and recommending it. And anytime he recommends something to me, I get a little bit worried about it because he has sometimes he has dog shit taste. And he says, nah, 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 don't worry, bro. Don't worry, it's going to be good this time. I'm feeling disappointed again, and he can't keep getting away with it. I don't know how I keep letting him do it, but every time he says it, he's like, it's gonna be good this time, man. It's gonna be good this time. And then he bamboozles me again, and it's like, God damn it. Why do you keep doing this to me? I'm an innocent man, Jaster. I'm an innocent man, Jaster. Don't you understand? Okay, so here are all our very basic weapons. Okay, so we've got our very basic weapons in place. We're going to finish up equipment tonight. That's the goal. And then I'm going to make dinner, which is going to say I'm going to make rice and chicken. Because I like rice and chicken. Yeah. Let's do armor. Armor. Are ranged weapons really just that short range? To give you an idea, like if we go to let me see if we can find like a good, we'll do Arknights map. Battle map. So, to give you an idea, actually, I have this here. Why don't I just use this? So, if we're looking at this, it might look really low range. Let's take the light bow, for example. Light bow is, let's say, for example, our operator is sat right here. This is, actually, I'll use a little bit brighter color for it. Our operator is right here. And we want to shoot people with our bow. As we can kind of see, we get 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, technically. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't seem like it's very far, but when you consider that it's maps like that are relatively small, it makes a bit more sense. It is a tower defense game at the end of the day, so we're kind of playing off the idea that maps aren't going to be huge. So having like a range of 2 is kind of takes up relatively a lot of space. Alternatively, having a range of 1 means that you can attack here and very little else. Dealing how a lot of the enemies are going to be swarming, that's where it's kind of getting that idea, where it's just like, yeah, our range isn't very long. On the other hand, we need to pick them off as fast as physically fucking possible. It does not help that, now mind you, this is the weird thing in lore. This is another weird, very weird thing in lore, and I remember I gotta put in the guns, don't I? Fuck. In lore, there are no guns really. Guns are pretty much restricted to one faction and one group of people. They're not very common. Everything else is crossbows and bows. And you might be thinking, oh man, I can hit a target from 500 meters away with my... Yeah, no, maybe not. Don't worry, the English longbow. Yeah, you're not getting assaulted by 1,000 fucking gribbling monsters either. Like, yeah, like, wait a second. Actually, wait a second. Arknights. This is very important. Shotgun. Who has a shotgun? Okay, we may have to take away the idea of a shotgun. Okay, yeah, we may need to get rid of the shotgun and put it in with the Sanctifier arms. Yeah, we're gonna have to probably put that in its thing. We're going to this. Yep. Congratulations, you have access to firearms. I mean, I guess. Do you have a nail? Like, what is a nail gun? Nail gun. Stota. Who's a Stota? You've got a nail gun. Actually, what we can do is we can do nail gun, and then we get rid of and then we have the idea of then we have the shotgun. God bless the shotgun. A little bit more damage, a little better range profile. There we go. Really slow, attacks everything in the line, stop by armor. See, I'm trying not to get like anything like really too specific in place right now, simply because there's just a lot of things to worry about, and I want to get everything into a half decent space. So, armor, excellent, operation. Rather than relying on a host of medical personnel. Armor comes in many shit. And okay, so armor has 3 qualities. Let's see, armor has 3 qualities. Physical defense rating. Okay, it's 3 qualities. Physical defense rating. Armor, speed penalty, and overt, and what would be what would be a good way of saying overtness? Fuck, what's the term they use in concealment? Let's see. Modern militaries. See, that's like one of the things with Arknights. like, it has a really unique aesthetic when it comes to just how, like, like, how things are supposed to work. Because, like, this is a very unique aesthetic. The fact that, like, yeah, here's, like, relatively modern body armor and, like, combat shields and stuff, but it's just like, yeah, let me just have a sword and board, effectively, and a fucking bow and arrow. Like, it's a really weird and very unique aesthetic. And I quite internalized it until I started this project. It's like, oh, that's a kind of a cool look. I'm not gonna lie, it's a neat look. See, the thing is, Spartan, you gotta remember, we still need to worry about advanced stuff. You gotta remember that. We still gotta worry about the advanced gear, so don't worry about that. So physical defense. Physical defense. Let's do. What's the what's the term I was looking for the fence is it would only take 2 damage. Let's see. Speed is. They must spend 1 skill card during the planning phase. Phase to move with the step action. Finally, concealment. Concealment is how obvious the armor actually is. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, Rhodes Island doesn't discriminate wearing official body armor. However, yeah, going to, like, hey, we want to go to, we're going somewhere official, like, and have, bringing my full, combat armor may not be the most appropriate thing in the world. We want to do our PDR, we want to do our speed penalty, and we want to do our concealment. So, Mm. 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 What would be the best way of wording concealment? Actually, nope, that's not it. Like a dream. Snake eater. Bah! Ooh. So we want to do concealment. So is complete concealment is no one's gonna bat an eye if you wear this. We do if we do civilian, it's people aren't gonna bat an eye if like people are not going to question you if you're wearing like a heavy leather jacket. Really, it's civilian body armor. They're gonna question being like, hey, wait a second, that's you're obviously looking for a fight. Then we're going to do your military. That would be actually no, we do mercenary, military. Zero. Yeah, there we go. Those are our concealment. Complete concealment. It's no one's gonna really bat an eye. Like no one's gonna give a shit if you're walking around in jeans and a t-shirt. That's what bare actually means. Actually, I should put that down. Well, swimsuit episode if that's the current situation. Let's see. Light. 1 PDR, zeros. Ooh. Technically, we need a 4, 5, and a 6. So we want, and so this would be our military 0, 0. Speed penalty would be. This is effectively saying I don't want to move anywhere. Yeah, we can use, fuck, we'll use threat. Indirectly, now that's how I'm doing it, so we're doing it now. It really doesn't help that a vast majority of characters don't actually wear armor. Fun fact. Like, characters just don't wear body armor. Like, Murdoch is probably one of the actual, like, best armored characters in the game. Most other characters do not actually have real body armor at all. You get things like Ashlock, but I guess we would do actually no, we want to do combat armor. What would you even call it? Like, full combat gear is your full thing. What would you say? What would you call something that's above full combat gear? What would you refer to that as? Like, full combat gear is like full kit, effectively. Like, I'm gonna use one of our characters here. Not Blitz. Like this guy, one of our reserve operators. This is kind of what I would think would be like full combat gear. What would you call something fuller combat gear? Like, this is clearly like, again, you see like kind of the Kevlar vest, you see kind of the armor underneath it. He's clearly armored up and ready to go. But what do you describe like, hey, I've got like metal plates and stuff? Like, what would you like, EOD suit? I guess it would be like an EOD suit. I guess it would be, actually, God, what do they call them? God, what are they? Dozer suit. There we go. Like a bulldozer, and there we go. For those wondering, EODs are explosive gear, like this. Knight armor. Yeah, we can do knight armor. Because the thing is, there literally is knights. There are actual, like, fully plated knights. Let me see. So, like, if we go to, like, Kazmir's... Like, Kazmir's literally has people whose job it is to be knights. Like, yeah, here's a knight. Like, here's an actual full plate mail, effectively. But then you see like stuff like that, so I think that should work. Like knight armor, not quite as good, but you don't get that nasty speed penalty. Actually, we can even reduce the speed penalty to 3. Like wearing a dozer suit is you saying "fuck you," I'm going to be. That is the "fuck you," I am going to be full protection. I'm going to be not moving from this position. I am going to be shooting you as heavy as possible. Actually, that reminds me, I need to put something to the right. Because if we go back up to our classes, go up to see armor medium, armor light. Most people can wear light armor or medium armor. Defenders can wear heavy armor. So a defender can say, I have a full knight gear on. Why would you ever pick knight gear over full combat gear? Because full combat gear, people are just saying you're part of a military organization. Wearing a dozer suit means, why the fuck are you wearing a dozer suit, you lunatic? Yeah, alright, this should work. Should we alphabetize this? Yeah, I think this. Generally speaking, I think a lot of people are, if you wear light armor, I'm assuming a lot of people are going to gravitate toward Badlands armor. Unironically, I think a lot of people are going to gravitate toward Badlands armor, or they're going to gravitate toward, like Bear. I think a lot of casters are going to go for Bear. They're like going to be wearing jeans and a t-shirt, or like very light armor, really, because it's like that +1 speed is like, yeah, I know, I get to move around a little bit quicker here. Badlands armor is more like an indication of like, yeah, I want some more protection, but I want people to understand I am not to be fucked with. That should work. 6 damage is a lot of damage. We could probably bump some of these up. You know, let's bump all the mediums up by 1. All the heavies up by 1. So if we do this, that means light armor is, like, there's the distinctive, like, okay, we are moving on to headgear. Your more sophisticated armor. Okay. Alright, I'll give it. Not perfect, but we do that. And then we talk about gear. Gear. Term for an assortment of supplies. Value. An assortment of supplies. Let's see, that may bring along with them on an operation. There is no set limit to the each class has each class has a number of gear slots. They may bring additional equipment or supplies with them. With them. However, gear slots are not. However, the that would be reasonable to. Munching down on some emergency rations. Let's see, but any gear created in this way is... there we go. Go. So kind of the idea behind gear is you will always have some gear on you. It's what is that? Who fucking knows? I need a crowbar. You have a crowbar. We need some rope. I have a rope. You need a compass all of a sudden. No one thought about bringing a compass. You're in the middle of the woods. Someone says, okay, I've always had a compass on me. It's kind of that thing. It's kind of a little bit of a floating inventory because it's not really that important at the stretch of things. What I do plan on doing though is I'm going to probably have to write up like a very basic list, because I think I'm gonna probably put things like part of me wants to put like a grenade there. Like, here's an item. You are expending an item slot to produce a grenade that you can throw. It's like, it's not going to be as effective as an ability grenade, which is going to be theoretically infinite grenades. But it's going to be like, I'm expending an item to do something. I'm expending this item to get a protein bar because I'm fucking starving to death and I have 4 blank cards in my inventory and I need to get rid of them. I need to do this to get X or to get Y. I think that should work. I'll kind of think about how I want to do that, but we made really good progress today, all things considering. Been working a little on the lore. We've got through Originium. I am going to kind of have, like, this is going to be the pain in the ass one. It's just like doing a summary of all the nations. I'm specifically only going to do the nations, not the, like, various groups inside of it. I'm going to leave a note at the end, a Babel note at the end of it saying, hey, there's a lot of fucking things that go on with this setting. I even kind of leave a note up here about it, which is like, yeah, this is extensive lore. I can't go over every single aspect about it, because that's a pain in the ass for everyone involved. We don't need to do that. That's not the point of this. It's, you know, this is for someone who is not privy to the host of 1,000,001 secrets revealed throughout the main theme, as well as someone who's being drafted to play without much thought about what the actual lore of the game is. Like, it's one of those things with Arknights where you just kind of gotta. I'm trying to write the lore based on someone entering Rhodes Island without any idea of the greater plot going on, if that makes sense. You are not privy to the plot yet. So, I'm going to call it there, though. Thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad, and I'm probably a stream tomorrow. What we'll be streaming, I don't know yet, but we will be streaming tomorrow. Thank you all. I will see you all then. Godspeed, good luck. I will see you all later.